Welcome to the Sports Clash. Rich and Chris here. Chris, new Devils fan. Devils, they're done. What just happened?
Stick a pitchfork in them. They got crushed. I'm so sad. It was overtime too. I'm even more mad because I just found out that you called this too.
I called it on the TikTok. I as an Islanders fan, I watched the Hurricanes. I watched them at home. This is what they do. I mean,
Oh, I'm so mad at you. I'm so mad that I learned that, and it's just part for the course. It's just who you are and what you're all about. So,
yeah.
but anywho, it was actually the best game of the series, so you can't be too upset about it, I guess. And we beat the Rangers. So,
Yeah, I mean that was big, and I enjoyed that as well very much. So, but I mean, talk about your devs. Get a little post mortem. I mean, I know you're a new fan, but you've been watching, you've been into it.
this literally just happened. All right. So, yeah, the band-aid is still stinging, definitely. But what I'm going to say is they're just like the Knicks this year, your Knicks. All right. They overperformed, they over exceeded expectations. And I'm happy and excited for next year. Um, this was a great game, as some of the ones in this series were not, because I think they play very similar style of hockey. They both play very fast. But at the end of the day, I think they'll be stronger next year. We get the Hughes brothers showing out, and maybe we won't play our goalies like yo-yos throughout the entire playoffs here. Schmidt was great. He was great during the Rangers series. He was great during this game. He gave up 3 goals as opposed to what, like 92 from Severson. It was just, for some reason they couldn't pull it out.
That's the problem with the Hurricanes. I mean, if you let up 2 or 3 goals against them, they're probably going to win because you're only going to score 1 or 2 goals. And it's not even that their goaltending is even that good. It's just the defense. It's Brindamore. It's the way they play. They play a tough style. They won the Metro for a reason. I mean, they're a good
They're
team.
on you. Like the first 2 games, I knew that
Yeah,
the Devils were tired after the Rangers series or whatever, but they were just on them. There's no space to move the puck.
yeah,
None.
it's tough.
Whatever. Carolina wins it all. I'm calling it now.
They could. They very well could. I mean, there's some other good teams left, obviously, but I don't
Who?
know.
Bunch of 8 seeds.
I mean, I like the Oilers.
Yeah, for sure.
Kraken Stars. I think is going to be a 7 game series either way. Panthers are good, and it's probably going to be them. It's probably Panthers Hurricanes, which is a wild Eastern Conference final.
Right.
Like, I mean, I wonder how the NHL is feeling about that one. You got the
Probably like this emoji. What?
Yeah, I mean those markets. I mean Florida hockey market, and then Carolina. It's I don't know. That's rough.
Yeah, those are hockey towns. 100%. Miami and Raleigh or Charlotte, wherever they are. Freaking Hurricanes. Fuck the Hurricanes.
Hurricanes move on. The Devils are dead. The Stars are up 2-0 early on the Kraken right now. I say that series goes 7, and then the Panthers are gonna turn the lights out on Toronto. If not, if not tomorrow, then probably Game 6 Sunday. I just they're not gonna come back from down 3-0, and
No,
Toronto's not that good.
that's not happening. No way. What I'm excited for going forward is I do think that Carolina does have a great run, but I'd like to see Connor McDavid get something under his belt like early in his career.
As a
And
hockey fan, I want the Oilers to win.
yeah, just
That's
move towards
at this
greatness a
point.
little bit sooner. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, and hey, Canada team could actually win the cup. I mean, when was the last time that happened? I
Yeah,
couldn't even
go
tell you off the
go
top of my head.
Canada. Yeah,
It's been
go
quite some
Canada,
time.
right? Free health
It's
insurance.
amazing how much Canada sucks at hockey. If you look at the history, I mean, they have a terrible history at hockey the last 20 years or so.
Well, I think that's what Ryan Reynolds saw when he pulled out his bid for the Senators here recently. So, yeah.
Who else is trying to buy the Senators? Snoop Dogg is trying to buy the Senators.
Nope. Dude, can you imagine? That would be so
Dude,
chill. Get
the
it?
dude loves hockey. I remember when I was working for NHL.com, he started doing stuff. He was always at games. He was broadcasting like literal NHL, like NHL 20 games on the Xbox. He was like doing something with the league for that. It's just he loves it. He loves hockey and he wants in. He's legit. And to buy, I mean, Snoop Dogg and the Ottawa Senators. What kind of a pairing is that?
It's a very odd pairing, but hockey's on the up and up, man. I mean, they gained a fan in me in the last few years here.
Happy.
Hockey, hockey's just moving, man. So is soccer in America. It's just they're
Yeah.
taking over, and it's maybe because the NFL decides to give so much time to their schedule and crap like that
Well,
that nobody cares about.
speaking of that, NFL released the full schedule finally. They've been teasing it a couple days. They like to get a little and oh, here's our international games and here's our holiday games and oh,
Yeah,
here's
because we
everything
care about
else.
the international games. We really give a shit who's going to go lose in London.
The
We really give a shit
Jaguars, the
what
Jaguars are.
country Tom Brady's going to play in.
Oh
Like,
my
come on.
god, the Jaguars are stuck in London for 2 weeks in a
They're moving to
row.
London.
They
I
might,
swear
yeah,
to
they
God.
might,
If
yeah.
Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence don't get that ship into the playoffs, man, they're moving to London.
It's wild. And they're, I mean, I think they'll
That
be
was
back.
sarcasm, by the way.
They might move to London. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, with Trevor Lawrence there, Peterson a coach, they look good. But my Jets, all of a sudden, we're the team now. I it's just weird. It's really weird. I am very uneasy about it. It's literally Super Bowl or bust. Out of after watching this team do nothing for years. It's been 13 years since they were in the playoffs, I think. And it was back to back AFC championship games. So, that was something, but it's just been misery since. And I I just all of a sudden now it's you have to win the Super Bowl. And it has to be this year or next year.
Yeah,
Because
chips are all in, man. Chips are
yeah.
all in. Otherwise, you got to pay Rodgers what $107 million next year if you don't restructure. He
Yeah.
gets $1 million this year. He gets 100 bajillion dollars next year. Whatever the business is behind that, I love it. But you're right, they're
It's
all in. Like that's it. So
yeah.
that's probably why they got what? How many primetime games they get? Like
I didn't
six?
I didn't see the full schedule. I know they have Monday Night Football. First Monday Night Football week 1
They're the
is
first
Jet.
Black Friday game too.
Yeah, Jets Bills on 9/11. That should be
Yeah, that'll be a great one.
that'll be great. But you're gonna find out right away if the Jets are legit because from what I saw at the schedule, obviously you're starting out with the Bills. You got to make a statement against them.
Yep.
And then so they have six primetime games. They have Monday Night Football against the Bills, Sunday Night Football against the Chiefs, Monday night against the Chargers, Sunday night against the Raiders, the Black Friday game against the Dolphins, and then, well, a Thursday night game against the Browns. That's not really. Um,
Oh, I can't wait. I'm
that's your
just looking
that's
forward
your
to that.
standard. That's like when the Jets and Browns are terrible. It's
Dude,
on
that's the
Thursday
battle of
night.
the best logos, or sorry, worst
Yeah,
logos in football.
terrible. But their
Holy
first 6 weeks, 4 of them are at home. But you got the Bills, Cowboys, Patriots, Chiefs, Broncos, and Eagles. That's
jeez.
that's a test. I
Yeah.
mean, the Broncos, they are what they are, and we have Hackett now as our offensive coordinator. He's gone, so let's see what the Broncos do without him as their coach.
Nathaniel Hackett
But
revenge game, are you calling it?
yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to win that one. That's on the road, but you have to make a statement. They haven't beaten the Patriots in years. They got them week 3.
Oh,
Like
this year's the year.
this is the
This
year.
year's the
You
year.
gotta do it.
One thing I didn't put into perspective here, and what I just kind of did get from the release of the schedule is how bringing in a big time quarterback like Aaron Rodgers just helps the business side of things for a franchise. Like holy crow, we would have never really seen the Jets in too many primetime games. They wouldn't have been the exclusive Friday after Thanksgiving game if it wasn't for him. So I think that's incredible that that can really kind of turn around a franchise, and it's going to have a ripple effect for a long time for them regardless of this is 1 year or bust, like they're getting viewership, they're getting fans, they're getting people in the stands, they're getting on national TV. So he's given them a little bit more than just what he's going to do on the field. He's giving them a little bit more of a presence as a franchise, which is kind of cool. Because I didn't look at it, but I don't think the Commanders have very many primetime games coming up. So, yeah.
There's a big game. I gotta look it up. I saw it before.
What, Commanders, Cowboys? It doesn't even make sense anymore.
Huge game. I saw it this morning. I gotta find it. This is terrible radio, but
it's okay. We're on video.
Primetime Thursday night football. Commanders Bears week 5, baby. Let's go.
Oh
That's
my
circled
gosh.
on my calendar. I'm ready for
Yeah,
that
dude,
one.
I can't wait. That is I'm gonna get one of those like Justin Fields mashup Ohio State Commanders jerseys or whatever. But yeah,
Oh, that'd
that's
be sick,
probably
actually.
Ron Rivera revenge game or something. I don't know why they put the Bears and the Commanders together for something like that, but probably like how can we figure out a game where we can flex both teams down the line
Yeah,
or we won't actually have this game for
we could
real.
cancel this game if we really need to. It's
Sheesh.
by week 5 they'll both be out of it. So
I will tell you, and this, I don't know if I should tell you, but Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, those two franchises we just talked about, those two quarterbacks are very high on my fantasy radar next year because I don't like to overdraft a quarterback, and
mhm.
there's going to be some serious value to be had from both of those two.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you there. We have our team together, the baby makers. We'll
Yeah,
see. We'll see. We
making
we tend to,
babies.
like I said, when we get together, we usually crush it. Baseball team's crushing it. We do pretty well football every year. So
Numero uno. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah,
I love being on top looking down. It's the best.
yeah.
It's the best.
Being on top is great. Um,
Anywho, moving on.
anywho, yeah. So outside of the NFL schedule, we talked a little hockey. I want to talk about the NBA playoffs tonight. The Celtics stayed alive. They went into Philly, won, and now they forced Game 7. I'm, as a Boston hater, I'm very concerned. I was really hoping Philly just closed it out tonight at home. They should have. This game was back and forth. I mean, I think the Sixers were down 10 and a half, and then all of a sudden they were up 5 in the third, and then just kind of fell apart. Um, I didn't see the whole game, but the Celtics won easily at the end. They kind of cruised to the finish line there, and now you got a Game 7, right? It's Game 7 now. It's tied 3-3.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
3-3. And as somebody who was in on the what was it? I think it was 210 over under. I'm pretty pissed about this game too. So
Oh, it was a
not
low
having a good
scoring
night.
game, right?
Yeah, it was really low, and there was prop bets out there for people to for was it Embiid, Harden, and Tatum to all have over 25. When they throw
Couldn't
stuff
happen.
like out there on some of the books, so
It's like they
it's
know.
just a
It's like
diversion. Exactly.
they
But
know.
I took the over. It seemed a little bit low for all the star power that was in this game. And I kind of expected the Celtics to win, but I wasn't confident enough to put that bet in. So I went with the over,
Mhm.
and boy, am I regretting it.
Yeah,
But
that's a rough beat.
good game.
Yeah. So opening line for Sunday, Game 7 is Celtics -7 at home. That's a it's a big line. I mean, they won tonight by what, 9.
9.
So, but it's in Philly too. I don't know. I just think Game 7, I don't see it being a blowout either way. I feel like it's going to be
So you take Philly with the
4.
points?
I probably, if I was going to take a bet, I probably will. I'd probably go Philly +7.
Yeah, I may just watch this game to enjoy it, but it sounds like they hit that spot on. I mean, Celtics away. I believe in the Celtics. I believe in the Celtics defense. I believe in the Celtics holding James Harden and containing James Harden. I mean, if they run the offense through Embiid, great. But also, I just don't think it'll be as high scoring if Harden's not hitting threes and things like that. I think the Celtics defense and just overall like team kind of moxie kind of does it for them, but 7 is a lot and it's an away game. So I don't know. I'll probably stay away from this one. I might hit the over under again and completely regret it.
Yeah,
So
probably. Maybe try the under this time, and then it'll be a 140,
whatever I
135.
say, do the opposite, Chris.
I over unders for me, and we've talked about this. I don't
Yep.
think I've ever hit one. It's if I take the over, it's under. If I take the under,
I'm
way over.
kind of diving over into those, especially with sports like where there's a lot of scoring.
Mhm.
Seeing if there's like trends or things that like I can notice that will help me out there, but so far it's not going the best.
No, once you think you have a trend, the trend dies. Like maybe you get like 3 wins out of it max. You feel good. I had that earlier this year with the Knicks and Brunson, when Brunson, like, it was like early season, before the All-Star break, I think, and it was before Vegas really caught on to what Brunson was doing. his over unders were like 18, 19 points, and he was scoring like 25 a game. And I hit it for like 2 weeks straight, and then they caught up, and then he slowed down a little bit, and so it happens. Vegas, they might let you get one or two, but
That's why the beginning of
that's it.
college football season is my favorite. I absolutely love it. It takes them about 4 to 5 weeks to catch
Mhm.
up to what's going on a lot of teams, especially ones that are, you know, Big 12, Pac 12, whatever. I love it because I feel like I do enough reading in the preseason of college football to be ahead of them. But anywho, going back to basketball, Nuggets Suns just started. Who do you like in this one?
I took the Nuggets. Um,
Away?
I took a money line because it was plus 105.
Hmm.
I think they're the better team. I know they're in Phoenix, but that was my hunch. They're up one right now. I think they close it out tonight. I know it's tough going. I mean, the Celtics just did it. They went to Philly to stay alive. Nuggets can beat the Suns tonight. Aiton's out. He's getting roasted right now
I
for
know it
missing
must
this
have been
game.
that leather suit he was wearing yesterday too, in the middle of the desert. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
I was watching the game last time, and I was kind of on the Suns train originally, and then I'm watching the personnel that's going out on the floor, and the Suns are about four. There's four guys I like. It goes, and that's not even including Chris Paul. It's Cameron Payne, who's the fourth guy.
mm,
Outside of that, it's three guys. And if Aiton's out, I think there's three guys on the Suns that I think are actually legitimate difference makers.
yeah,
And Chris Paul's out, Aiton's out. Stick a fork in them. They're done. You got guys coming off the bench and playing roles on the Nuggets like Brown from Kansas, who's a star at Kansas, and he's coming off
yeah,
the bench of the Suns, giving him quality minutes. Michael Porter Jr. just doesn't hit. If the shot if he doesn't miss, if the shot matters, it's just absolute
yeah,
butter. So,
yeah. He's
uh,
underrated.
yeah, the Nuggets are just deep. They've got a fun rotation. And I mean, Jokic facilitating in the middle is fantastic. It's just great to watch. So, I mean, this the Suns, like as much as you went all in with Kevin Durant, like you got to go
Landry Shamit,
figure
baby.
figure
Landry
it out again.
Shamit.
Yeah, he's the answer. He's
We
totally the
shit on
answer.
him last game, and he had a game of his life. He's gonna
I
have to
heard
do it
Landry
again tonight.
Shamit's name everywhere after that too. He's a real lunch pail player, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big Lou Amundsen guy, real lunch pail guy. Because
Amazing.
early on, I mean, Durant doesn't have a point yet. You're at 6 minutes left in the
Durant
first.
Durant is perplexes me. I mean, first off, his body doesn't work in real life. He's like a drawing, you know, he's like an animated type of person. His skill set doesn't fit his body. His attitude doesn't fit his skill set and his persona. He just Durant is an absolute enigma to me. I just feel like he should be like this star, but he also has kind of got into it on social media when he was in Brooklyn. Like he's got into like these different things that I just don't. It's just not Kevin Durant to me. But I don't know. We'll see. I thought he was going to be all the difference they needed to make this run, and I just don't think there's enough in the tank for him.
He's unbelievable, and so is Booker. But you need more than that to
Yeah,
beat a team like the Nuggets.
you know it.
So,
You know it.
but I think the Nuggets close it out tonight. We'll see. I mean, we'll know. We'll know by the time this is up. This will be released Friday. It's Thursday night recording right now. We'll
It's
know, but
it's
I
always
think
so boring when a team wins on the road.
yeah, you don't have the crowd into it. It's just quiet and to have a celebration. That's
Yeah, of
just the players, but I don't think they care. They'll take it,
course not,
and
especially in these
then
rounds.
they're gonna see who they play. The Warriors last night kept it going as I expected. I didn't think it would be a blowout like it was.
It was a freaking
I
blowout.
even took the Lakers line because it was I think 8 or something like that. But it was a blowout, and I now it's the Lakers are at home for Game 6, so Warriors are gonna have to go. I mean, obviously you're
Who do you
staying in
got?
the same state. I think the Warriors win this series in 7. I've been saying it. I really think they do. I for the other series, I'm hoping the Knicks do it. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I really just I'd be so shocked to see the Warriors just go out quietly. It's just every year they're there. I mean,
I think it's dude. Go shout out to Clark Kellogg. It's the spurt ability, man. Like if when you can score in bunches, if those bunches align correctly, and you're scoring at the right times in bunches, like you're unbeatable. And
yeah,
that's what they have. I mean, they 2 shots, 6 points, like just like that. That's what they can do. So if the Lakers don't close out at home today, I'm on your side. But tomorrow, if the Lakers don't close it out tomorrow at home, I'm on your side with the Warriors winning the series. But I mean,
well, you're a LeBron stan. I
I
mean,
know, I
you're
know.
a
My
LeBron
heart
fan.
is like, yo, let's go Lakers. You still got something in the tank. One more run, one more run. But there's the evil Steph Curry standing in the way always. So
Steph's
we'll
the
see.
goat.
We'll see.
Steph's the
But
goat.
I want the Lakers to win tomorrow. I'm avoiding it. It's a toss up. It's -2. It's not much, but they're at home. If they don't win at home, I mean, it's going to take a lot from Anthony Davis in a game 7 to be able to carry that team because if LeBron's not winning it tomorrow, he's not winning game 7.
No,
It's not going to
no.
be a put your team on the back LeBron, pre the second Cleveland go around type of player. It's just not going to happen.
You hear LeBron's comments about flopping. He said he's never been on a team where they flopped. The guy's been flopping for 20 years.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold the phone. He said that?
yeah. You didn't hear that one. It's like
Wow.
all my teams, all my career, we've never been flopping team.
I love Chris Bosh. I've seen some bad flops from him.
I
You know,
mean, it's just such a
I love LeBron. I've seen some bad
arrogant,
flops from him.
oblivious comment when everybody knows that you flop. You've been flopping
Sounds
your whole career.
dude, LeBron has never swam with the fishes. LeBron has never been in the mainstream. He's always been out here in his own world. He says whatever the hell he wants. It's not reality all the time, but
Yeah, no.
you know,
He pretends to read books. He thinks he
he
seems to
loves a
be
glass of wine.
yeah, he
Yeah.
loves this one. He seems to be a good guy, good dad, but it's he's weird with the media. He's a superstar. I mean, he's one. He's I
Good
mean,
dad.
you could
Bronny
have
should have went to Ohio State. What are you talking about? Get out of here. He commits to USC. Come on. What do you want? Mom's cooking in LA. Get out of here. You're a Buckeye, man.
well,
I was so mad. We never get college
what's he
basketball
going to be there
recruits.
for a year?
I mean, Odin and Connolly, but well, we get a lot of. But
What's he going to be there for a year?
I
Ronnie?
don't know. I can see
Is he any
Bronny
good? I don't even know.
James being like kind of an Arch Manning, where like it's not all about the hype and the hoop. I mean, he was the only guy that I saw in the McDonald's All American game who wasn't committed at that point. So, I don't know what matters to him and what LeBron's pushing, or if he's pushing at all, or what's going on here. But he's
He's
been a
pushing.
little bit different than a normally
He's pushing.
recruited player. Of course he
He's
is.
controlling everything, and
Yeah, he's gonna sign a
he,
deal with Nike soon. I
yeah.
know
And
it's
he
it
already
is
said
what
he's
it
going to
is,
play.
but
He's going to end his career with Bronny,
that's true. So yeah,
wherever he
he's one and
goes.
done. He's got to be one and done. But he's playing for Andy Enfield at USC. It's a great fucking team. I can't fault him for it. It is what it is. I would not want to play basketball in Central Ohio either.
Nobody wants.
No.
So I think, like I said, I think Warriors 7 games. It's over. Knicks stayed alive last night. I know you didn't catch most of their game, but Brunson 48 minutes. Quentin Grimes 48 minutes. I mean, that's Tibbs. That's Tibbs basketball. He's a throwback. It's wild. And honestly, Brunson at the end of the game, his post game interview, he's just like, yeah, we got it. We got to win another game now. Like, he was exhausted. You could tell. He went
Sure.
in there. He wasn't expecting to play the entire game.
What do you have?
Uh,
38?
yeah, 38. Yeah, and Josh Hart got into some early foul trouble, so that was kind of a big reason why Grimes played the entire game. And Grimes, I don't know if you saw that the play he made, but it was like a 3 or 4 point game at that point. Uh, Bam Adebayo had a moving screen that wasn't called, but it was blatant moving screen and injured Grimes, and he hurt his leg. He gets up limping and is defending Jimmy Butler, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be terrible. And he's limping and then steals the ball, steals it from Butler on
I
a
did see that.
crossover.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just that's heart right there. That's Tom Thibodeau basketball. I mean, it sounds corny as hell, but that's it, and that's why they're here. That's why they're in the playoffs right now. They're on the brink, but now you got to go into Miami and win 1 game. I know you lost 2 already, but they won in Miami during the regular season. They're looking healthy. Randall had a good game last night. He's looking better. it goes through Brunson, but
It has to.
just win. Just win tomorrow, win Friday. Well, it'll be tonight
That's it.
when people are listening. And then game seven's Monday at the Garden, baby. It's gonna be madness.
If it happens, playoff Jimmy might have something to say about that, dude. I mean, I love Jalen Brunson, but again, Knicks have outperformed expectations. I say give Tibbs another go around in the draft, another offseason, and watch how many guys you have playing like that. And you'll have a great team eventually. Right now you got two studs and a couple and a few role players.
RJ
I
Barrett's been good.
I like Barrett. I love Barrett, but he's not a Tibbs guy. He's not a tough guy. He's not.
yeah.
He's a
He,
finesse player.
but the thing is, he can be. He's
Sure.
strong. He's strong. He's only 22.
It's never been
He's
his mentality. It's a
yeah
mentality thing, dude. He's a
yeah
Dookie.
yeah.
He is a prep school Duke basketball high level, not a street ball player. He is a very well polished player. He doesn't play with the toughness that I think he should. Hopefully he gets it. I mean, just being around some tough guys like Brunson and whatnot. Like you said, like there's flashes of like great defense, hustle, whatever from him. And he's clearly talented. He's a stud. What was he?
Yeah.
Third overall pick, second,
Yeah, he was.
wherever.
Yeah, he was third behind Ja and Zion,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
and he's
he
playing
very
right
well
now, and
could have
they're
been
not.
first.
Yeah,
I mean, Zion's like a generational player. He just Zion's like
he
a
can't
yeah.
play.
I don't know. He needs a nutritionist, or I don't know what's going on with him. But RJ Barrett is, I think, one of the most talented players that has come out of college basketball in a long time, and he just doesn't have that heart, that toughness, that mentality that like I'm gonna dive on the floor for everything. I'm gonna punch you in the gut. Like it's not there. And now hopefully it gets there, but I
Good.
think you need a few other guys like Grimes and like Brunson with that mentality rather than the Randall Barrett mentality.
Yeah, and they Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Hartenstein, that combo.
Yeah,
They've been pretty
yeah,
good. Bam is messed with them a bit, but Mitch hit some big free throws late too. They were doing kind of a hack a Shaq, hack a Mitch, whatever you want to
yep.
call it.
Which
And
was a
he
solid plan,
Yeah,
but
yeah, he has a crazy free throw shot. It's just like line, just a liner. If
yeah,
it's either going
that's called
right
a
in,
bad
or
free throw shot.
yeah, it's a bad one. But he hit like three of his last four late in the game. So
One
I
thing that I thought was cool was like after he made one, they fouled again to be able to sub him out like right away so that they couldn't hack him again. I thought that was
yeah,
great coaching. I
that
thought
was
that was
good.
just a great team, and everybody was high five, and I'm like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I'm looking forward to Friday night game six. Give me some excitement. Either I'll be pumped up, ready to go, have a nice weekend, looking forward to Monday, or I'll just
They're going the
sink
way of the
sink
devil.
into a depression.
Yeah, that's probably more likely.
Mm, let's
Yeah,
go Knicks. All right.
bing bong.
Baseball. I mean, the Yankees, they lost to the Rays tonight. They're weird. I mean, it was nice. It was so nice playing against Oakland. It was. I
Yeah,
mean, they just dominated 3 games in a row. That's the worst baseball team I've seen in quite some time.
dude,
But
JJ Bleday's starting there. Like
it's
they're bad.
yeah, it's embarrassing. I mean, they're trying to move the team, but the Rays came in tonight. We can't hit Drew Rasmussen. It's a disaster. But the O's, your O's, they took 2 out of 3, right?
What
They look
race?
good.
I mean, it was cake easy money. It was like we were playing the Oakland Athletics. I mean, it was. I think we won one of those 2-1 games that the Rays always freaking win because they use nine pitchers in a game. Like that was awesome. And Adley was a boost. Like
He's
Adley
unreal.
is. I cannot believe we lost a year of service time with him because of the damn rookie of the year voting. Because that guy is a generational talent. He is not Matt Wieters. He is like 3 times the guy that guy ever dreamt of being. And I'm super pumped because of how he handles this pitching staff. We've mediocre starting pitching. Like
Very
even
quite
even
mediocre.
John
Maybe
Means,
less than
like
mediocre.
Means hasn't played with Adley. Actually, that's a terrible example. But Dean Creamer, like you got guys like Kyle Gibson, like he's just makes them better. He really does, and he brings excitement to the clubhouse, and he brings just a great mentality. So I love Adley, but outside of that, I mean, Gunner's come around a little bit. We've had like a great just kind of team response to a lot of different issues that have happened, but they're playing together and they're playing at high level baseball, and it's exciting to see. I don't even really know how to react to it, dude. Like I really don't. Like I haven't seen this since like '97 when I was like in middle school. Like
Well,
and that was
we had the
didn't
playoff
even matter
series
then.
in what was it 2010 2011? You want to do a deep dive on those series?
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
time
sure.
Jim Johnson,
Big time Jim Johnson. What do you
Jimmy
say? 40,
James.
42 games that year, something stupid like that. Can't save one more because of freaking.
Raul
Oh, yeah, I
Ibanez.
can't even look at him anymore. Oh, that was one of the worst days of my life because I was spending it with you and you made it that way.
It was your
Yeah,
birthday.
it
Yeah,
was.
we
It
were
was
out
not fun.
celebrating your birthday, and I just spit
Mm.
on your grave that night, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, that was great. We were having a great time too, and then all of a sudden turn and look. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's great. Sounds
I
fun.
mean, it was wild.
That
Raul
was the first
Ibanez.
time they've been in the playoffs in forever, too. I was on the Buck train. I
Buckle
was,
up,
dude.
baby.
Oh, Chris Davis had his last good year.
Oh,
We had everything clicking, and then
talk about a tank job there,
yeah, that was bad.
Chris Davis, man. But yeah,
That was
I
bad.
mean, if you look at it right now, the AL East is unreal. The Yankees are in last place at 21 and 18 right now. They'd be in first in Central. The Orioles are in second place. They would be leading, I think, every other division except for the NL East. The Braves are looking good, but even they have a better record than the Dodgers right now. I mean, they're a good team, and Toronto is 21-16, but they're not living up to expectations. The
Do
Red
you have the
Sox are
standings pulled up right
overhyped.
now?
I do.
Do you have runs scored, and runs against up on your standings
No,
column?
I just have the basic.
Let me just tell you that the Tampa Bay Rays have a run differential of 121.
Yeah, yeah,
That's insane. The
yeah,
next highest is the Braves at 59.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
look,
sorry.
they've
Texas has 82.
look, they
But
played a
still,
lot of bad teams.
ridiculous.
They played a lot of bad teams. They just beat the Yankees 8-2 tonight. I can't say anything. I can't. But
Mm-mm.
they did
I
dominate
hear
the
you
A's. They
saying things.
dominated the Tigers. Tigers are actually playing better ball right now.
I know I just picked
Um,
up Riley Green and
they
pumped.
they crushed the Red Sox. Now the Red Sox swept Toronto. It's been weird. The Mets are not looking good. $350 million payroll.
Well, this is the most Mets thing
Going
ever,
away.
right? Isn't this the most Mets thing ever? Isn't it like I'm not one to, jump on anybody or, push the needle in further or anything like that. But at the end of the day, there was a lot of talk about this Mets team. But you spent a lot of money on a shortstop who's primarily a run stopper rather than a run producer. I mean, he's a great hitter. Don't get me wrong. Lindor's a great hitter. But you also brought in two old guys that are just being old for your rotation. And
They've
what are
done
you going to
nothing
do?
but be old so
They've
far.
done nothing but be old. Wood Scherzer, he's got a back problem right now, right? So he's got a back and a shoulder
Neck
problem.
spasms
And
or something.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
old.
yeah,
You're old.
yeah.
Like it is what it
I'm
is.
having neck spasms right now. We're old.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot, just a lot of money to be sitting on the IL. And who knows if you're in the right spot, it could really hit. At the end of the season, they're healthy. September rolls around, you're in the playoff hunt, and then you got Verlander, Scherzer, just boom, 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 back and forth every series or every other series, whatever it is. I mean, it could be
That's the
brilliant.
dream. That's the
That's
dream.
kind of
But
what the Yankees do, dude. They sign injured players. I swear to gosh, they know that people are going to be injured for half the season.
Carlos
Like
Rodon.
Rodon. Yeah, exactly. We know. We're cool with it. No
Yeah.
doubt. We'll
But
be in
we
the
better
playoffs.
wake the fuck up right now because we're 10 games back of the Rays.
It's a
Well,
different year,
it's
Brian
just
Cashman.
yeah, yeah.
It's a
He's
different
gotta. I think
year.
if we don't do anything this year, they gotta go. Cashman, that's had enough. And I know you scoff at it because Cashman and the Yankees have been so good for so long, but you need something new. And Boone is what he is. He's fine, but he's not getting you. He's not. Look at what Kevin Cash is doing. I hate Kevin Cash's face,
Well,
but
picture this. Picture what the Rays are doing in New York. Do you think New York fans have the patience to watch that type of baseball? I don't.
well, the type that they're playing right now, yeah,
I don't. I don't think so. They sign guys like Shoot, Harold Ramirez or just
Yeah,
marginal
they
marginal
Christian
guys.
Betancourt. I mean, it's a
Zach
joke.
Eflin. You
But
know
Zach Eflin
how
was their
much that
biggest free
GM would
agent
get.
signing of all time.
Right. But
Their
New York
highest.
media would rip him apart. Rip him
Yeah,
apart. You're signing this clown?
yeah.
That guy's one of the best pitchers in the American League right now
But they would
because he's
shut
on the
everybody
Rays.
up if they had the results that the Rays are having. And
They don't have the patience for it. It's
at
never
least
going to
last
happen.
year, it made sense with the Rays because like they had the great pitching, but they just weren't scoring. That makes sense. You look at this lineup top to bottom. How are they scoring so much? I don't get it. I just don't. Aside from Wander and Rosarena, who were both legit great hitters.
What Harold Ramirez? What about him? Dude's hitting 300 with over 1,000 OPS. He's incredible.
He's
Brandon
not.
Lau is actually hitting. He
Oh,
didn't
he's
hit last
terrible.
year.
He's terrible.
Bethencourt, the catcher platoon is great right now. Like they're getting
Mike
production
Zunino.
top to bottom, whomever they put in the lineup, because
Yeah.
they know when to put them in the lineup. But it's
Yeah.
just I would love to listen to New York Talk Radio if they did some sort of Moneyball lineup
Mm.
and you saw some clown in there and some guy calls in from Staten Island and says, "What are you doing? He's a
Mm.
bum." It just doesn't work in New York. It works
No.
in Tampa because nobody cares. They could
Yeah.
do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, it's true. Well, let's close the show out here. I got a random pick for this weekend. It's quite random. I went the UFC route, which is where I went when we were doing this show during COVID and we had nothing else. But there's a pick that I liked, and obviously aside from the Knicks tomorrow, I don't know what I'm gonna put something on that tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm gonna take them. Depends on the line. But Jersino Rosenstrike is the heavyweight in the main event. He's facing this Brazilian Gelton Almeida. I don't never seen him fight. I've seen Rosenstrike fight, and I know he is a KO guy. It's he's gonna knock him out and win, or he's gonna lose. So put a little bit of bet on him to win by KO, TKO, or DQ. It's plus 475, and I can see it happening. Sprinkle a little bit of that. I like it. I like it. You got anything for this weekend?
I got nothing for you on that. I don't know anything about
I know you
UFC.
don't. I know
So
you don't
yeah,
know UFC.
I like to give hugs. That's it. No conflicts for me. No Mortal Kombats. But I'm gonna go ahead and just say sorry, Knicks. Going with the Heat. Sorry, Rich.
Oh, you're something else.
Did it to me. I'm doing it back to you.
Well, I mean, like
Goodbye,
I said,
Devils.
the Devs. I knew they were
The
toast.
Knicks can buy you a drink at the bar because you guys are done. Both of you.
Jalen
That's it.
Brunson going for 40 again. We will be playing at the Garden on Monday. Let's go, Knicks, baby. Let's go.
Whatever.
sorry about your deaths. Not really at all. But
Yeah, I know. It is what it is.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
totally fine. Totally fine.
Right.
It's baseball season.
Love the
right?
hat, though. Love the hat.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Looks like I got it at a truck stop.
It's sick. Yeah. All right, bud. This was fun. Always a pleasure. We'll talk soon.
Sounds good, man. Hasta luego.